Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about.
Good morning, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be working on the transmission in the El Camino. I was supposed to put the transmission in my truck. You see my truck is backed up here, and I'll explain to you why I'm not putting the transmission in my truck. But let me show you something for a minute. I got the transmission for my truck right here. I pulled it out from up under the house, had it ready to go in my truck. But as you see right here, my truck is here. It's backed up. And it's running good. And I'll talk to you when I get in the truck and let you know what's going on. The El Camino is back operational again. Had to do something to the transmission. I'll explain a little bit later. Actually, I'll talk to you now, tell you what was going on with it. I'll show you on the old transmission. We had it jacked up, and I'll show you. Alright. This right here is the servo. So, when we had the car jacked up and we was getting ready to drop the transmission to check it out, we noticed that the servo cover was loose, completely loose. It was hanging out, and there's a clip that goes in there. The guy who installed the transmission didn't put the clip on it, and the servo was loose. So what happens with the servo is, when it being loose, the transmission can't build up the pressure to shift. So what we end up doing is taking the dry shaft out, lowering the transmission, and I took the clip off of this one and I put it on the other transmission. And because the servo was loose, it lost a lot of transmission fluid. So I put 4 quarts of transmission fluid in it and drove it down the road, and it shifts perfectly fine. So I'll explain a little bit more about this when I close out the video. But the Elco is fixed, and I just contacted the guy about painting it, so I should be taking it to the paint shop pretty soon. Okay, I didn't get a chance to fully explain what happened with my transmission and why I didn't have to put a transmission in my truck. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain it now. Since I don't drive my truck a lot, right now I'm on my way to get the paint for the El Camino, so that's why I have this video like this. But with my truck, what happens is I don't drive it a lot. Somehow the cable was stuck. So when I put it in reverse, the pop sound that I heard was the cable releasing. And I think it just skipped reverse and went straight to neutral. And so when I tried to back up, it was actually in neutral, but the indicator on the dash was still showing reverse. So I never tested it out since then. I didn't even try to go in reverse after moving the shifter back into park. I just left it the way it was, and because I didn't want to get the truck in a position in my yard to where I couldn't reverse it and it would be stuck there. So I basically just pulled the truck back up and put it up against the fence like I normally park it. And I didn't try it again until I got the transmission and I was getting ready to load it up, and I put the truck in reverse and it worked. And I drove it around. Matter of fact, I spent the weekend driving it around, and everything worked perfectly fine. So I think it was just the cable that was sticking because I don't drive it that much. So, all right. So as you saw, the transmission in the El Camino is fixed. I was able to get that corrected as well, and I negotiated a price with the painter. So he's gonna paint it hopefully in the next couple of days. So where I'm coming back from now is I just picked up the paint for the El Camino, and I'll show you the can right here before I tell you what color it is. Alright, and I don't know how well the video showed the color on top of the can, but the color is actually silver metallic ice, or silver ice metallic, and it is the color that's on the 2020 GM Silverado and GMC Sierras as well. So, but it's the silver ice metallic is what the color is, and that's the color that I'm going with on the El Camino. So, all right, and I'll pick back up on this video right now. It's like the next day. You see not near the El Camino or the truck right now, so I just had to run out and pick up the paint. But I'll pick back up on this video when I'm actually driving the El Camino to the paint shop to drop it on. All right, I'm in the El Camino, getting ready to take it to get painted. So, gotta go get some gas, put in it first. Good. When everything is working like it's supposed to, the car rides good. See, my windshield is broke. I don't know how well you can hear me, but my windshield is broke. The guy who put the transmission in broke the windshield somehow. So, back at the house now. You see, it's kind of like a dreary day. It's been raining all day, so it stopped me from doing some other things that I had planned. But I did get the El Camino dropped off. I didn't really record the shop where I dropped it off at because he had a lot of cars around there, and he didn't really want me to record anything around there. So basically I dropped the car off. It drove good there, dropped the car off, and I hopped back in my car and left, and I had to run some other errands. But I have to go back down there because I have to take the pinstriping to him. So it should be a couple of days. Say he should have it done in a couple of days, so I'm gonna try to get the pinstriping to him before he actually finish up with the car so he can get that put on. So it's been a long process with this El Camino, especially since I had to encounter the transmission problems. But I think we're getting back on track now. So once I get it painted, I'm going to proceed to put all of the inside stuff together that you've already seen that I did on videos. And we're going to try to complete this El Camino within the next month or so and make sure everything is good to go. The only thing I'm still unsure about is the wheels. So that may take a little bit longer, but everything's should come together like we expecting it to, and I can't wait to unveil the whole project to you and show you how it looks. And I will unveil the whole project to you before I get the wheels. I'll show you with everything on there. So, alright, again, thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, click that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.